Let me... Oh, man. I guess the new client, my overlay doesn't work with it. Oh, well.
Hesitation is death.
All right, so yeah, while I fix that, I'll give the intro real quick. So yeah, this is the first featured match of the arc, and we are just getting ready to go.
You're duller than a broken sandwich.
We have Demacia and Ionia. That's the only two factions this arc.
If you
And,
insist.
Yeah, we're just going through the bands real quick right now, and I'm guessing I just gotta get rid of that overlay. Yeah, I think that's how it's gonna have to work. Can I? Yeah.
You used to be cool.
Ooh, Echo, you used to be cool.
We await our time.
So, what am I? Sorry, got distracted there. I guess we're just going like this till I can fix it. I was not expecting the thing to not match up. Okay, so sorry for that rough start, but let's get this going. So we're already going very quickly through the bans and picks. So yeah, for those who don't know the current arc schedule and setup, we're doing Demacia and Ionia obviously for the arc, and then like we kind of got like a 3-week-ish rotation going on. We got like week 1 is going to be Demacia and Ionia facing off in the featured matches. Week 2, they're going to be facing off against the Shadow Isles, because this is like a Halloween-themed arc. You know, the Shadow Isles are like getting really spooky, and they're Ionia and Demacia are trying to shut them down. So like this week is Demacia and Ionia. Next week is Demacia and Ionia are going to be facing off against Shadow Isles on different days. And then the week after that, we're having a tournament. And then we're going to kind of start that again. So start that rotation again. Although we're only going to have one tournament, so like we'll stop short of having a second tournament. But yeah, so yeah, these games, we had to change the ranks around a little bit. It was obviously pretty hard to get the games together without the normal faction chat. The new client does not have chat rooms anymore. So it's harder to get a hold of people, and so harder to get the ranks to be like perfect matches. But we think we got a balanced game. We've got like 1 high, 3 golds, and a silver on Demacia versus 2 highs on Ionia and 3 silver. So kind of balances out. Like you got the extra high on Ionia, but Demacia has some golds to counteract that versus silvers on Ionia. So it should be pretty even. People were arguing over which roster was more OP. Both have very solid rosters. Just like, you know, Demacia and Ionia have rosters where like everyone has champions on there that they know how to play, and those champions are good and they work well. So yeah, it should be pretty solid arc. You know, just like, you know, because everyone is. I'd be very surprised if we find someone who just like doesn't like playing any of the champions on either roster, because these rosters are big and they have a lot of popular and strong champions. So yeah, hopefully should be a really fun arc because of that. Now Demacia, let's see. Not going quite all in on the dog pile team comps. Like, you know, the kind of like the team comps we usually see from Demacia usually turn into what we call like the dog pile team fight comp, where just Demacia runs in and dog piles everyone on you and tries to just blow you up. Just like, you know, charge in, yelling Demacia! You know, that's Demacia. But they didn't quite go completely for that, because, you know, we do see Fiora. She can kind of get, you know, decent team fight input if she gets her heal off in a good spot with her ult. And I guess, you know, if she gets something like a Ravenous Hydra, she can do some AoE damage. But not, you know, typically, you know, someone you expect that would just be a great team fight. Lux, not the best team fight mid laner for Demacia. That would have to be Galio. But she can still do pretty well in team fight in terms of putting out a lot of damage. You know, she's got her Q, was it that Light Prisms that was called, or Light Binding? Yeah, she can... throw that out, that'll get damage on a couple people, help lock them up, add to that dog pile lockup. And then, you know, her ults, if they can get reasonably grouped together, she can hit almost the entire team with her ults. Her E, she can hit a lot of people with. So she's still pretty good in team fight, if you know she's not the best choice for a team fight for Demacia. But you know, more people are comfortable playing Lux than Galio. That's no surprise. Obviously, Shyvana and Leona, great team fight. You know, potential there. Just jump in and tank everything and try to lock people down. Lucian, good team fight. All you know, you can just put down the Culling, try to put down a ton of damage with that pretty quickly. So yeah, Lux and Fiora a little bit outliers, but they both have a potential to go into the team fight. But looking at Ionia though, they have a lot of like different ways they can kind of set up their team comp. They could go for like a split push, some hyper carries. They could go for a team fight. So let's see, they got the Syndra, Udyr, Karma, Jhin, and Kennen. Kennen has good team fight. He can just go and lock everyone down with his ult. Karma, not a ton of team fight coming out of her or Udyr. Syndra's more of a single target type person, although if she can line it up right, she can stun a lot of people with her QE combo, as long as they're like kind of lined up for her or grouped up real close. So definitely a stronger team fight of Demacia, but that's very typical of Demacia, have a really strong team fight. Kennen can try to create some room with his ult, create a disincentive for Demacia to engage, and set up time for Jhin to get his ult off, maybe. Karma and Jhin can do some poke. I'm feeling like Udyr split push would be real strong. Team fight, he doesn't really have a ton of team fight where he can just go in and like lock everyone down or something, but he can lock down one or two people if he gets the bear stance off, and he can just go straight for the back lines and mess with the carries because he'll be tanky and put out a lot of damage, and he can just run around with ridiculous speed. So he can kind of like mess up the team fight positioning and flow for Demacia, but just like jumping on that back line and forcing Demacia to like really change around their whole setup. Like instead of diving in to lock up the Ionia team, suddenly their tanks have to turn around and just try to get Udyr off their carry. So he can really mess with that. So I'm thinking Demacia is going to be, they're going to benefit more from having a well set up team fight and engaging like in formation, having the proper set, proper positioning, all that. Ionia's going to, yeah, so the screen's going black here for a sec, but that's just, we're going into the loading screen. So nothing to worry about. But yeah, so Ionia's going to benefit more from more of a chaotic and like messy fight. Demacia wants everything to like run kind of like a well-oiled machine. Ionia kind of wants it to be chaotic and all over the place. They'll be able to take advantage of that. So, Ionia does generally scale very well into the late game. They do have Udyr, who can just go absolutely insane. They don't have Master Yi, which they do have Yi on their roster, and when he goes late game, he really goes late game. But in general, Ionia has a very strong late game, and, Demacia is not bad in late game, but I don't think they just scale quite as well, because, if they took Vayne, that would really add to their late game. Just all that late game. Man, I keep saying late game. I feel like a broken record. But yeah, Vayne can just put out so much damage as the game goes on, just so much DPS. Lucian, he can still do great damage, and he has like the bigger team fight combo with his ult. But I'm feeling like Demacia's going to be just a little weaker late, even though they'll still have some good scaling with Shyvana late, and that would be pretty tanky, I would imagine. But yeah, I just feel like Udyr is going to be huge. I think that's going to kind of put them over the top. Alright, so let's take a look at some of the skins here. Ice Drake Shyvana and Project Fiora on Demacia, Blood Moon Kennen, Spirit Guard Udyr, and Justicar Syndra. Very nice skins coming out. Very, very nice. And so yeah, Demacia has what's that, rank 6 on Lucian and 2 rank 5s, Ionia, Fiora, rank 4 Shyvana. And so they got like, 4 banners total, whereas Ionia only has 2, Syndra and Jhin at level 4 and 5. So Demacia has more borders, and they have like the higher ranked borders too, because they got 2 level 5s and a level 6 plus a level 4, whereas Shyvana just, or not Shyvana, Syndra has a level 4, Ken has a level 5. Was it Ken? Or was it Jhin? It was Jhin, I'm sure, yeah. So yeah, that's it's Demacia, in theory, has more experience with their champions than Ionia, so that might play in as a factor. And there it is, the infamous faction pause, because we do give each team 5 minutes of pause time, but I mean, it always ends up being like someone doesn't connect right off the bat, or someone has a problem. So like it's usually like right as the game starts, we get like a minute of pause. But that we do that for a reason, so the game isn't ruined just by like one person not connecting all the way, or some kind of computer problem. It's that's why we give them the time max of 5 minutes, so it shouldn't be too long. I talked a lot about the team comps, but let's look at the actual lane matchups. So we have Leona Lucian bot lane versus Jhin Karma. Well, okay, so Karma's gonna have a lot of poke. She has good early game damage with getting her ult level 1, and Jhin has not too bad poke either. If he can work the ammo system well, and he can get that 4th shot off on a champion. Not to mention the long range on his W, he could kind of follow up Karma's poke and lock them down. So like Karma can ult and use her ult empowered Q, put a bunch of damage on them, then creates that field that does delayed damage, and then Jhin can kind of lock them down in that spot so they can't leave the field and take a ton of damage with that between Karma's ult Q and Jin's W. That would be a pretty effective poke lane. That being said, Lucian, very slippery with his Relentless Pursuit, his E.
I'll have no trouble killing
and he has a lot of early game damage.
Unless trouble killing
really
you
strong
again.
early game poke.
Get your butt
Plus
to
he
the
has
arena
his
and let's do
passive.
this shit.
Is really good for the, just straight up trying to fight. So Lucian has some trading and poke potential, and so I feel like Ionia's got the better poke, but they gotta be very careful because Lucian can easily trade damage back, and if they're really unlucky, Leona can just engage them and force a fight, and Lucian probably gonna be able to get the better end of a trade if they get the full 2v2 fight going rather than just poking back and forth. So we did see Demacia looking to go for the invade, but they backed off. They realized Ionia was looking at them, so they backed away. They don't want to risk giving up first blood. So we're not seeing a Lux leash. It's been something that's going on with the new jungle. Like the junglers are now starting over on buffs, and so mid lane can now leash for them. But it's mid laners have been used to not leashing, and I feel like this is obviously my personal thing. I'm no pro, but I feel like it's probably best if the mid laners start leashing. Like the jungler can pull the buff camp over to the wall near mid lane, and they can auto attack it over the wall, so they won't get to mid lane that much later because leashing as close as possible to the lane that way. Unless you just got a really short auto attack range and can't attack them. And yeah, the Udyr invade, I kind of saw him there, but I thought he was going to just look at the red and then leave. But no, he actually went for more, ran into the Shyvana, and he was just in a much healthier position. She was in the middle of changing the camp, a lot less health, Udyr just went in, forced her to burn flash, and slowing down her early clear. Gonna make her red buff basically wasted because she spent most of the time with red buff doing the recall and running back to jungle. And Udyr's going to be stealing the Raptor camp defense. So good early moves by the Udyr. Oh, they're looking to go after this Jhin. Kind of got separated during Karma. So they're trying to put as much damage down as possible. They forced Jhin to flash him back away. But Karma and Udyr are putting a lot of damage on Lucian. Kind of exchanging summer spells, but overall, I think Demacia only burnt 2, where Ionia burnt 3 in the bot lane. So, summer spell wise, Demacia comes out ahead. Lucian in a little bit of trouble. He's pretty low. Yeah, he's going to recall. So, while summer spells went in favor of Ionia, you know, Demacia, Lucian is going to miss out on a lot of significant experience. Leona also going to miss out because she can't sit lane. Probably be best if she just recalled, you know, get health and man back and spend some gold. Because she's not going to be able to do anything in lane anyway. She's not going to be getting a gold or experience. She's just hiding in her tower, not accomplishing anything. So, might as well just recall with her lane partner. That's something I see a lot in games. I'm not like trying to just put down Rexford. He's a very good player. But it's something I see a lot. It's like one person in the bot lane will have to recall, and it usually means the other person should just recall with them, but a lot of times they don't. Because if you're 1v2 in lane, you either risk getting killed or just sit in a tower. Either way, you're not. There's no benefit to you sitting in lane unless like on the tower itself you're trying to stop them from putting damage on it. In that case, they weren't on the tower at all. So, meanwhile, top lane, Lola putting a lot of damage onto the cannon. She did not finish off. She got very, very close. And we did see her. She used her parry and blocked some damage from Ken, but she didn't block any hard CC, so she was not able to stun him. Had she blocked hard CC and stunned him, yeah. Oh, Leona going in. Lucian not expecting that though. He was backing off as Leona engaged. He wasn't there at the very start, but they still managed to get some damage out. But they take damage in return, so they trade back and forth. What happened to... Oh, I have to actually like hold it up. That's weird. It used to just always be up, and now you actually have to like hold it, and then I can't. Yeah, I can move it. Okay. This is a new stuff. Wait, on this new spectate. Yeah. So I have to actually move this a little bit. And Karma, a lot of damage being put down on Karma, but they're focusing the support over the AC, and that ultimately forces, you know, Lucian to have to back away, and the fight's over. So Lucian's staying, Karma's recalling, trying to put damage on Jin. They do, wow. Mostly all from Leona also. Lucian only got his W, which isn't, you know, really a damaging ability. So yeah, that was pretty well done by Leona. Got a lot of damage on Jin. It's gonna make Lucian a lot safer. He still is worried about the gank though. He's gonna recall being safe, being smart. There's the stun from Udyr. It looks like Syndra might have also gotten stuns. They kind of got their stuns at the same time. And then yeah, so threw down the ult. Nice job by Udyr getting the right position. And just, you know, realizing where he could gank, because Lux, see, she has that bush warded. You can look on the main map here. Lux has a ward in the bush on the top side of the river, but that actually isn't a very good spot to ward. A lot of players do that. They'll just ward there, and what ends up happening is it's so close to where they're standing, and if they're like not under power or pushed back a lot, there's not enough warning time to really get out of there. And it also means, like in that situation, Udyr can kind of like walk through the river through this path here, because just run through there and come around like he did. And that is, you know, if you put it farther down the river, you get more warning time, and you spot that out. So if you ward in that bush, like right up here, it's a lot better warding spot, because you can spot them out sooner if they're coming straight at you, and if they're taking that longer route, like Udyr did, you'll actually see them taking that, whereas the ward she had, she couldn't see at all. Meanwhile, we have some trading top lane, some trading mid lane. Syndra missing her E combo with her ball, so she did not luck there to get the stun. You're trying to fight this Ken. She took a tower shot. She's trying to keep the fight in her favor, pops the ult. The Ken realizes, okay, she has her all down. Not a good time for the fight, so he backs away. But then here comes the tower dive from Shyvana. She's got her ults up. She can tank the tower pretty easily, and they get a quick kill. Nice job by Shyvana setting that tower dive up. Udyr's there, but you know, there are two people, so I don't think that would be a great fight. But they are pretty low. He might be able to, you know, it looks like Shyvana's backing off. If Fiora staying, he might be able to just go after Fiora and kill her before Shyvana can do anything. And then he could just do like a 1v1, then another 1v1 if he can time it right. And yeah, you know, we got a pause coming out. No one explaining why, but they still have pause time. So, and let's take a look at this. I want to find a way to bring this up. Yeah, so they do. Oh, they show you when objectives were taken. Now that's pretty nifty. Yeah, let's take a look. So the CS differences so far: Fiora reading Kennen by 10, Shyvana leading Udyr by 5. She's also got a kill to his assist. Likewise, top lane, Fiora has an assist to Kennen's death. Mid lane, wow, that's a 20 CS lead for Syndra and a kill. Not looking good for Lux. In bottom lane, we got almost a 10 CS lead for Jhin, and you know, it's hard to compare CS from the support. So let's take a look. The gold that Leo has gotten, about 350, 325-ish, doing rough math, versus just over 200 on the support line for the Karma. So Leona looking like she's got more gold than Karma. And Leona's having upgraded her. Wow, the trade's going. They're focusing the Karma. Leona has to burn the exhaust on Jhin because it's doing so much damage. Jhin just really hates all the health bar of Lucian. He's popping the ult. He's trying to snipe out the Lucian. He's got one shot left and it does not hit. That because that one shot has like that crit and execute damage, that last shot alone would have been enough to kill Lucian. So even though he missed the rest of the shots, he just got that last one. He still could have killed Lucian. But Lucian was just, you know, got out of the vision range and was walking, you know, randomly trying to be unpredictable, and made it really hard for Jhin to land that. So yeah, they're trading very well for the bot lane. I was expecting to better than bigger, but we're not seeing that. It's going very well. Nice job by Ionia. So Shyvana looking like she's pinging up. She wants to come bot lane. You know, very low. And staying on top of the ward. Gotta be a little careful. Shyvana coming in. They're going to back off. There's the Leona ult. They're trying to keep in CC long enough. They will kill him, but it costs Leona. So they trade evenly, but they trade support for DC, so Lucian can kind of stay in lane, try to get some CS advantage. More likely, he's going to be making up the CS deficit. And Fiora going after the Ken, cannot get her ult fully procced. She could not hit that last side of him. He was just running away. But she does get him very, very low. He's going to have to back away.
Barriers exist to be broken.
Missing her ult. Lux gets the binding down, but she dies right after. Shyvana does not get there in time. Very unfortunate. Yeah. I'm not sure why Shyvana leaked that way, because it looked like it was pretty clear where Shyvana was, or Syndra was. Maybe she was expecting Syndra to try Flash, was trying to predict where the Flash was. Maybe she was like lagging a little bit. I thought Shyvana was still at that point she was ulting towards. In any case, Shyvana was able to put out a lot of damage on Lux before they could really do anything after missing the ult. And she did a great job. Trying to put damage on Karma. And we're seeing this a lot. Like, Demacia is really focusing Karma over Jhin. And I think that's helping Ionia out in the trades. Because yes, Karma can be still the support. And wow, they quickly delete Karma, and you'd think they would have it in the bag. So 2v1. But no, Jin's putting out so much damage. He has vision on Lucian. He did flash out there and barely survive. Oh, and the W! Oh, great job just guessing where it put that W. Maybe you're probably, I should say, educated guess, but he did know for sure because there was not vision on. The vision from the ult wore off and he flashed out the spot. But, oh man, yeah, this is going very well for Ionia at the bottom lane. I'm really thinking that focusing Karma is hurting Demacia a lot. So Jin's got like 15 CS lead and 3 kills to take. Top Demacia coming in. Oh, the cannon ult. The parry's going to keep Fiora from getting locked out of that fight. And yeah, because she put the ult on, she was going to be able to kill and do extra damage with Ken's flipping back off. No one died. No, we saw 3 ults to burn there. 2 on Demacia, 1 on Ionia. Flash on Kennen. Did any... No summer spells burns on Demacia. But ultimately what decides that trade was Ionia went for Dragon while that was happening, taking advantage of the fact that Shyvana was nowhere near the Dragon, and so they're like, hey, easy peasy for us. And now Udyr's going for jungle, so stealing jungle camps. And so yeah, that's looking very good for Ionia there. Nice job taking advantage of an opportunity that was presented to them. Let's see how this is going to go. Fiona going in. She's going to have to back off though. Lucian's not getting there fast enough. He was pretty far away. They weren't expecting a fight. They're just kind of going for some vision and stuff. So Ionia, not a ton of kills yet. 5-3. Ionia's got a 2-kill lead and 1,000 gold. They're tied 1 dragon to 1. Ooh, Kennen going in, trying to make this Fiora take some damage in response to the trade she just initiated on him. Can't quite get anything to stick though. Let's take a look. The dragons, does it tell me the dragons? Oh, there's the Cinder going for the tower dive with the ult. That's a lot of damage. Not going to be able to stay under the tower long enough to die. The grinding was not enough, and she couldn't get her E to go off either. The Cinder did flash. I don't think the flash was even necessary, but you know, sorry. And Lucian putting a lot of damage on the Karma. Once again, they're focusing Karma. Shyvana, no flash anymore, so she's a little at risk because Cinder in no flash. Did I say Shyvana no flash? Yeah, Cinder has no flash. She has Ritz to the Shyvana game, but she pops the gun. Okay. Now Shyvana trying to put damage on here, but has to back off as the tower's about to go down. Yeah, really great start for Ionia here. So, yeah, I can look this way and see the... Okay, so Demacia got a mountain here. Next time we're looking at Ionia camp, I can show what the guys got. Really engaged. They're focusing the Jin this time. That is very good. Exhaust is going to both ADCs. They put a lot of damage on Jin. That's the trade they want to do. They want to go for the Jin, force him back off, force him to not put out damage. Yeah, Karma put out damage, but it's not going to be as much as what Jin will do. And they're taking out the threat they want to take out. Alright, let's see. Jin very low. They could go for a tower dive, but Fiona's pretty low and she would be the tank. Should go for that tower dive. Don't want Jin taking the towers. It's really not great unless they have Shyvana there to help them do the tower dive, which Shyvana's off the top side, so that's not going to happen. They're pretty safe under tower at the moment. Top side, we're seeing a lot of attention there. Shyvana and Syndra backing off. Udyr was heading up there, but the actions died down, so he's going to head back to his jungle, looking to potentially go after Shyvana. Let's see what happens. Dark Binding, or not Dark Binding, yeah, they get the binding onto Syndra, take her out very, very quickly. Udyr gets there right as Syndra dies. They're going for the cloud dive, quickly burst her. Lucian is taking a lot of damage from Karma, the other taking a lot of damage from Tower, but they do get out alive. Lucian burns his heal, but totally worth it for the kill. No ults burnt either for Demacia. There. They're trying to get some gold back. They're showing they can trade better, even though the Ionia team has in general been ahead of Demacia in bot lane, so. And that's gonna even up the gold roughly, only about 100 gold difference. That's nothing. Tower advantage does go to Ionia. Obviously, they took that mid tower. So let's take a look because obviously Ionia has 1 kill advantage and 1 tower advantage, but the gold is high. So I'm guessing Ionia is doing better in the CS in general. So okay, big lead in the jungle for Shyvana. Shyvana's so far faring a lot better than Udyr. More, kills / assists than Udyr, more CS. Fiora's got a lot of CS as well on the cannon. Lux not doing so well. She's a bit behind. And yeah, the goal or the CS and bot lane has tied up. So that lead that I only have the bot lane is pretty much gone. And wow, yeah, that's why you don't want to be in bot lane alone. You want to always have the 2 people there because of stuff like that. Like you want to just be ranked against the CS, but that just means prime positions to keep it blow you up. Now, see how they were trying to steal the blue buff. Cinder putting out a lot of damage. Shyvana backing up. I feel like she could have stayed without dying. Now she's going back in. They're trying to mop this up. Yeah, they just. I know they kind of overextended and got really greedy about it, and now they're caught out. And Demacia's chasing down, cleaning this fight up. Ooh, the kettle. This could be the chance to get a revenge kill here. They do avoid the ults for the most part. And Lux takes a lot of damage from the tower, so she can get that last bit off, but she flashes out, gets out totally fine. So yeah, Ionia got the blue buff, and then they kind of caught out Shyvana, but they overextended in the chase after. Shyvana kind of got away, and they kept chasing, and then backup came, and they tried to fight it out, and they just couldn't. And then more people came, but by then the fight was over, and so just more people to kill. And wow, Karma and just a lot of damage on Solution. This one's really forced to run. The other kind of just, being the rear guard, keeping Lucian, or not Lucian, Jhin and Karma preoccupied, so go for like a Jhin ult onto Lucian. Demacia pulling ahead. They got the kill lead now. They're even in the towers. Dragons have been even for a while. So yep, Demacia pulling ahead now. So Ionia's early lead is gone. They're going to pick that up pretty fast. And Leona really going after Karma. He doesn't have a lot of damage. And man, this Karma very suddenly. Finally, Shyvana comes back to the top. Doesn't even get damage out. Leona is enough to finish her off. Shyvana's trying to get revenge on here. Meanwhile, Lux and York going after Syndra again. They instantly blow up Syndra. Wow, this is very surprising because these fights, Demacia isn't really setting them up in any ideal way that they would want to. The combo, like Leona, CC, like ult, Shyvana, ult, like Shyvana can ult in, push the team together, Leona ult, lock them up, and then they let Lucian and Lux throw their ults down, just blow everyone up. That would be their team fight they want, but they're not getting any kind of nice, pristine, organized team fight that they want to do. It's more chaotic, which ought to favor Ionia, but just Demacia's kind of getting into better early positions, and they're winning these fights. So Ionia, they kind of need to focus on vision, getting a lot of vision out, but they do have a good amount of vision around Dragon, so Demacia, they really need to get a vision control the vision of the map, and try to start looking for like rotations and split pushing. Split push a little bit maybe, or if that feels a little risky, just try out rotate. Like use your vision to see what Demacia is, and try to be like, oh, they're over here, take this tower really quickly, something like that. If you're getting caught out a bit, Syndra shows up, gets him out of there safely. Good job, Syndra. Good teamwork. Let's take a look at some of the items here. So Fiora not completing any items other than her boots. Started getting her Tiamat, looking for a rapid Hydra. Also started her Hex Drinker. Looking like she's just getting the Hex Drinker early to deal with the Kennen damage, and then going straight to Hydra. She's not going to upgrade that Hex Drinker yet. Kennen went straight for the Zonias. Good choice, stopping some of that Fiora damage. It's really hard to stop Fiora damage because she has 62% max health. But point of this, and man, that Udyr almost walking down Lucian long enough. He's able to get away with the help of Fiona. They're in a lot of trouble. Pretty damage on Udyr, but Fiona's in a lot of trouble on herself. She wasn't able to run away. I mean, she could have tried just running, but I don't think that would have been enough. So it was good for her to try and just walk up and keep drop by helping Lucian potentially get killed. But it just wasn't possible. He was completely outnumbered. Now the thing is though, can Ionia use this for more? Because Ionia needs to get a little more off that fight. Because they are behind, so they want to get an objective, some kind of opportunity that fight. Because they got Lucian low, they killed him, they have a pretty solid advantage. But there's nothing really for them to push hard on. Bot tower, they didn't seem too interested in. It would be a little bit. This tower's already gone. And wow, Fjord, nice job with the parry. Blocking the entire Syndra ultimate. That is amazing. Well done. So yeah. Some of those items though, because I didn't get to finish that. So Shyvana going for, what's the new name for that called? Because I want to say Devour. Blood Razor, that's it. That's it. Blood Razor. So that's kind of, you know, typical for Shyvana now. It's pretty good on her. She likes getting that attack speed. Going straight for the Frozen Mallet after that. So she's going for some nice early damage from the Blood Razor. Mallet gets her a little bit as well. And, you know, she's also getting tanky with that Mallet and, you know, going for the tanky build after that, I'm expecting it. Udyr goes for the Lumin's Echo? It's Runic Echoes. Runic Echoes. Good early game start for him. You know, that's a stronger early game item, although I think the Blood Razor is stronger. This is wrong, like goes into the wall. Kennen walking up with his ultimate, but he's not going to go with his last. Udyr can't help much. And now Demacia, they're starting to look for a fight. They need to focus the floor, obviously. But Shyvana was running away as Fjord was going into the map. This is that fight. They're done, as a result, lose the Fjord. Shyvana desperately trying to catch this Udyr and get a revenge kill, but Udyr is so fast. His passive makes him ridiculously fast. Even Shyvana with her can't keep up with him. They blow up the Karma in a tower to get some revenge for that kill. And they're going to get a tower off this. So really nicely done on the rotation. I was saying Ionia needs to look to out-rotate Demacia, but Demacia's out-rotating. They lost two people. They lost because I saw 2 death timers. Who died besides Fiora? Maybe I'm seeing things because like, yeah, I'm pretty sure Fiora was the only one who died. But yeah, they lost someone in the top lane, which was bad, but then they actually instead of thinking, oh, we lost this. No, they looked, oh, we have an opportunity. They were all topside, we can just rush bot, and they pick up a kill and a tower. And Ionia did push for the tower. They were too worried about Demacia going for their inhibitor tower. They were forced to back off. Because if they went for that top tower, Demacia's right next to their inhibitor tower, and it would basically be a base race. And it's obvious Demacia's going to win a base race already at the inhibitor tower, whereas Ionia's only at the top tier tower, the outermost tower. So, yeah, the gold is about 5k, 4.5k for and they're trading back and forth. Mostly the only thing that happens is Ionia takes a lot of damage. Ooh, Lucian ultimate missing most of it though. Doesn't get a lot of. And we're starting to trade. Looking like a good opportunity for Ionia, but now Leona's in the front line. That's what Demacia wants. Fiora and Kennen both not there. Really want Kennen there, I think, because looking back for Ionia, quickly Shyvana re-engages and they just put out a ton of damage with the flux. Yeah. So let's all analyze that in a minute. Let's see if they can catch out this Jhin though. He's very low. He's gonna hop over the wall with those new jungle plants. And basically they're gonna ignore him and try to go for the tower. And yeah, Fiora realizes she can't tank the tower. Shyvana going after the Jhin. He stuns her. They're It's a bit of a race to get around those walls in time. Let's see what happens. He realizes she's cut him off. He's trying to go in this direction. He gets the stun on her, but she got immediately. I think he gets the kill. So that fight, Demacia was kind of in a bad spot at the start, but Ionia wasn't in the best position to capitalize on it, so they weren't able to really get into the fight. The counter was always ultimately what happens is Demacia just lasts long enough, and nice dragon steal by Udyr while I'm talking about that fight. Nicely done. He sacrificed himself, but he gets the dragon. That's worth it, especially considering Demacia is not in a position really to go push for anything. They could, in theory, with the 2 people dead, try like rush mid, but that would be a little hard to do before Jhin respawns and gets back there with home guards. Plus, they really want to spend all that gold they just got. So yeah, he died, but they aren't going to get any objectives off of it, and he got the dragon, so totally worth it. And so that fight I was talking about, you know, Ionia wasn't in the best spot to capitalize on, you know, Demacia not being in the best position. But so because of that, Demacia got in a good position. They got Leona in front to stall it out. Ionia kind of started going after them, chasing in out of a good formation. You know, whenever you're chasing, you generally just you lose a good fighting formation. And then Shyvana was able to re-engage. They got her in the front line, and Shyvana keeping everyone busy. Lux and Lucian just put out all their damage, and the rest was history.
3.
So let's see, Udyr looking for the Ionia. He is rightfully scared about the rest of the Demacian team catching him out. He's basically far away from them. And yeah, so it's going pretty well for Demacia. Ionia is now 9k behind, or almost 9k behind, a little less than that. Yeah, Demacia's got double the kills. They got 5-1 towers. They're tied in dragons, thanks to the nice steal by Udyr. Baron is obviously going to start being a potential, you know, objective taking because before now, no one's really looking for it. It's a pretty risky move. But from starting at this point, it's going to be something that, you know, Demacia is going to consider. Ionia's not going to want to go for it. Really, like, unless they get a clear team fight win, they don't want to go for it. And nice job catching up Karma. Binding is going to lock up here. They're trying to take him down. They're going for the tower dive. They lock him up a lot. They will get him. And now, yeah, that's 2 dead for him. They're going to be 2 to take the tower. Shyvana taking the tower. They don't get enough damage out there, but they do back off, get them in way for them. They can kill it now. Meanwhile, Lucian and Jhin are both in this lane, so right in the middle of Pending going in, getting his ult off, but there's no one to back it up, no one to follow up his ult. And yeah, it's a bit more of just to get alive, he has to use that ult. They get the tower, they don't lose anybody, plus they got 2 kills before that. Nice job for Demacia. Yep. Iona's not looking like they realize they can catch anyone allowed, so they're just playing safe. And yeah, Demacia's pulling farther and farther ahead. Ionia really, they're right at the verge of being at the point where they can't make a comeback, so they're just waiting for Demacia to mess up, but they're not over the edge yet. So there's still the potential they can make a comeback on their own rather than just have to wait for Demacia to mess up. But they're very close to no longer over that. So they really have to make a move now or never. And this is what I was saying earlier. Baron is something Demacia can go for because they're in control of the game, and Ionia really can't unless they kill multiple people. On the so then they would just go for the tower. So it's not really something Ionia would want to go for, but it's something Demacia could obviously go for. And they just went straight for it. They didn't have like the same team here. And they just kind of went, you know, it doesn't look like Ionia has any vision. We'll just grab it. And they're going to be, you know, pretty afraid of us, so they're not going to be looking too deep. And so we'll be able to get before they realize what's going on. Now we got Baron. This is not looking good for him. They really something here. 5 drifting around. They're trying to deal with the Shyvana diving. Oh, nicely done, Cinder getting the kill, but it's just not enough. Definitely trying to take out Lockdown, that's the other carry, but they can't. Jin will be able to barely survive, but Shyvana has the Guardian Angel. So they got the Lucian, that was great. But it was just kind of too little too late to win the fight. And yeah, Jin all trying to take somebody out, but just quite can't get anyone low enough. And he is in a really scary spot. They don't engage. Oh, instantly regrets that he instantly pops her. They're being cautious about engagement because they're all low, but if all 3 of them just went out, he would die. But no one really wants to die, and they're not getting anything off that kill, just be for the sake of a kill, not an objective. So yeah, that was showing the power of Demacia and their charge inability and the power of the Baron that we have. Really, that would have been Ionia's kind of best area to try and make a play of their own, because Demacia was going to be tower diving them, having Demacia trying to into his tower, and there was the arrow choke point of those entrances to the Ionian base. The entrances to the bases have those little choke points that force them into. And so that was kind of the area where you want to make your comeback, but they just couldn't. Demacia was really good, just all the going on. And wow, Cinder just a ton of damage. She basically blows up the Lux, but dies herself. So that is kind of good. Like, not looking at the dragon itself, like there's one dragon, but it's enough trade for Cinder to get much out of the fight for the team. The next fight. And they do take out the Fiora as well. So they're taking out a lot of the damage threats from Demacia. We just got worried about the Lucian. If they can group up bot fast enough, they might be able to get a nice fight going and take out Lucian. But they're not grouping up. They're not heading bot at all. And they do have Supermans to worry about. And Demacia can kill those towers and inhibs really quick. So if they could have rotated all 4 people that were alive bot and just tried to blow up that Lucian, they might have been able to get an ace and start some kind of comeback. But that didn't happen, and it's looking like it's now the point where Ionia just has to wait for Demacia to mess up. The gold lead is starting to get out of control. They have 2 dead inhibitors. It's looking like there's not going to be any more chances for Ionia to make a play. It's just all got to be about hoping Demacia messes up and they can capitalize on it. And it's looking really heavily in Demacia, obviously. It's 8 towers for Demacia, just 1 on Ionia. Dragons a little bit closer, 3-2, so it's not too far behind that much, but we're also down a lot of kills and a lot of goals. And gets this, not quite the stuff, gets the slowdown. They're going to go for the booty over the Cinder. Kennen going in, he wants to take out those damage carries. He looks like he'll get the Lux. They need to get the Lucian. If they can get that, they have a chance. Demacia was really ungrouping out that fight, getting a little confident, and that was a great job by Ionia. That was Demacia messed up and didn't even realize they messed up. They weren't grouped as a team. They didn't have 5 4 I think they only had 3. And then it was just like they were going after the Udyr, kind of chasing him, and Ionia kind of realized, hey, we got a chance to do something here. And Kennen did a great job. Instead of just like focusing like, okay, I'm gonna try and heal for your help escape. No, I'm gonna make a play. I'm going to try and put damage down on those carries and lock them up. And they did it. They didn't take down both carries, but they got one of them and got 2 kills without losing anything for it. That was good. That's gonna be helpful. Got Demacia to mess up, and it's making the gold a little bit closer. And it's gonna make it harder, for Demacia to try to push anything for a while because they have the 2 dead people. Now they still got the 2 dead inhibitors, and Demacia is looking like they realize that and trying to just push top lane while the other 2 lanes push in. But they still need their kind of full 5-member team before they want to really commit for that. So they're backing off for now. They're thinking about going mid lane where there's nothing to stop them. The gold lead is still over 10k in favor of Demacia. it's even with that mess up, it feels like Ionia still can't really do much. They need Demacia to mess up again before they can really get up. Ionia really going deep there, missing all for 16. Heading in, definitely trying to take out the door, it looks like. And they take out the gear really quickly, and yeah, they just could not focus anyone. Demacia did such a great job protecting their carries that even with the failed engage by Ionia, and it looked like it's an opportunity for Ionia there, they just, their carries were pretty safe the entire fight. They didn't have to look at it, they just put out all their damage. They got a lot of people very low. Yeah. Now, they're trying to take out at least low health Demacia. Not gonna happen. So Demacia, they got a Nexus Tower. They took down the inhibitor as it spawned. So they made a little bit of progress and didn't cost them anything. No one died. Plus they got killed. So they're furthering their goal lead. And yeah, that was an opportunity for Ionia to try and capitalize on Demacia messed up and engaged. But Demacia did a very, very good job of just, after the failed engage, just kind of regrouping and focusing on protecting the carries, keeping them alive, and just letting the carries and with their huge goal lead kind of just carry them through that fight. And it's like, you know, what's gonna happen? What can I do? They really don't want Demacia to get this Baron. If Demacia gets this Baron, it's basically game over. Even if they don't get it, they can probably push for the next power anyway and end it. So if they get the Baron, it's game over for Ionia. So they really got to make sure that Demacia doesn't get it. And because they like that, he's getting caught out here. And Kennen looks like he's going down, yeah. With Kennen dead, Demacia is smelling blood and water. They're looking for this end of the game, trying to chase down the people the way to have that base, take down people, and they're just trying to just run down. This is just racing towards the end, trying to get everything to the world. We're definitely trying to get to the Lux, but they have such a big front line. The only center that Ionia can't do anything but hit the big tanks, which is not nothing at all. And yeah, so while they're taking down the Shyvana, you know, Demacia just wins the game because they forced them out of their own base and they can just rush the Nexus. Well done, Demacia. Ionia's early lead not really helping them out. Their early lead didn't last for long. So there's some of the items. But we can look at that, the end game lobby / score screen. And there we go. I gotta redo my overlays for the new client. Okay. So there we go. And wow, a lot of people talking. Wow. Okay. So yeah, that was really well done by Demacia. They just handled a lot of early team fights and skirmishes well, and that got them a lead, and didn't make many mistakes. They only made a couple mistakes, and so they didn't give Ionia much opportunity to come back after they took the lead. Yeah, it was just really well done handling that, you know, end of laning phase, you know, still part of the early game part, yeah, that part of the game. They just handled very well, and then didn't mess up afterwards. They messed up a little bit, but never enough to like totally lose everything. And yeah, because they just didn't mess up, Ionia never got much opportunity. And you know, I gotta give a big props to that front line for Demacia. That helped them out in so many fights. The Leona and Shyvana just being so tanky. And yet we're also still a threat. Because Shyvana could still do damage. And Leona could still just lock people up, make it so they couldn't do anything in fighting. And make it easy for Lucia and Lux and Fiora to kill them. So just having that huge front line was so impactful for Demacia. And Ionia couldn't match that front line. All they had was Udyr for their front line. And he couldn't do enough on his own to stop all of Demacia from just running over the Ionian team. And yeah, that big front line was huge. So I think that was a big part of the win as well, was just having a good team comp that had that front line. And so yeah, with that though, I'll end the stream here, or actually I won't end the stream. I'll keep it going, but I'll I won't be doing my commentary. I'm just gonna be setting up the game real quick, and then we'll have game 2 going in just a second. So yeah, this still works though. So yeah, there we go. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. I'll put on some music for you.
Then I noticed my since a child of art in my will, honing my skill, I'm a visionary. Me and my brother miss the presence of a mother caring. The harder I fought, then I noticed my country's being buried by this nation's aristocrats and its emissaries. My home is verily dying and my axe weary. The troops are ready to quit, so it's time I carry the cowardice act my captain is giving. That's unforgiving, I won't resist to be defeated. Long as my heart is down, long as my warrior spirit is seething, I'm cleaving the demons, decapitating the doubt that you're bringing up. The bit into your reasons of seeing the throne through the eyes of a king, not the citizens can't believe. Demacian armies approaching, I will seize them. The pressure is on, besieged for back of my back. I've been back in the passion of madness and gripping the guilt of my blade. Murderous swing, the world is ours.
Demacia! I'm decisive, a bright shining light. The might of Demacia has arrived to strike. Spinning, not stirred, I'm undiluted right. With good on my side, serve my sword with just ice. Courageous assassin, assailant, demonstrating why it's necessary to analyze your surroundings and actions. Yet, when my Juliet sinister blades are winning trades, practical perseverance prevails over a Capulet.
Galileo, Golem, a gargoyle guardian, a G in the air who protects all Demacia, crushing the enemies with paralyzing light. One glance and they're taken by a resolute sign. Compelled to protect, I drive to survive and ensure that my lane leaves combat alive. Crush Baron, smash Baron, two birds with one stone. Have you met my parents?
Because I was friend and foe. What are you fighting for? Set the score once and for all. It's not a game, this is war.
good guys, then we dash. Break a sweat, yeah, right, my access, take a bath tonight. A penny fool, no Fu Manchu or Demacia telling me what to do. I play around, I joke and laugh, I'll taunt when I cut you in half. One thing about me, killing spree, these other clowns aren't in my league. Game of legends, choose a side, as I consider fratricide. From Darius, I don't just win, I get the gold and I rub it in. My global presence is insane, your destiny will stay my name. Draven.
Nexus trembles when I shame the champion, or will leave them blind. With this violent luminescence, I predict this land of mine. Supporter APK, doesn't matter, I still make you die. Listen, singularity, you baddies aren't such a vine. If it's scaring, it's spinning and winning and grinning. You're likely in the middle of a lane, about to make a split decision. Do I surrender, or do I try to brave the storm? I am the ender, my family was battle-born. You spy a laser, but you can't escape, it's gonna hurt. I am a loaded Lux, so all you cons can watch me work. 4 skills, 1 target, meaning you are done. You'll see me coming, cause I'm brighter than the morning sun. I am the one thing that you could not anticipate. So call the whining, it's about time that you met your fate. 3 skills to make you wary, 2 skills I need to carry. 1 skill hits like a truck, I'm giving 0 fucks.
We decide who's friend and foe. Worldwide we fighting for. Set the score once and for all. It's not a game, this is war. Take to arms. This is war. Take to arms. This is war. Take to we're taking too long. Take to arms. This is war. This is
Alright, so we're almost ready for the next game, so just a second.
Yo, what's up? Fuck, I don't want to play after last game. Hold on. John Doe Silver. Assuming Demacia can't just get a fifth in which case they'll have to forfeit. Sign up for Ionia. Demacia sucks. Except for Galio. Galio's cool, but the rest of Demacia sucks, and their goal sucks too. Everything about Demacia except Galio sucks. Join Ionia. We have Ionian girls. That game's already in here. He's already in here. Only as a last resort. Second last resort. Last resort is forfeit, but should I just download OBS while I'm waiting for this? Yeah, I upgraded my computer, so I should be able to stream. is I'd need time to set it up. You are betraying the Spook Squad. You are betraying the Spook Squad by joining Demacia. They want to smite all spooks. Do not help them. You are betraying the Spook Squad. They already had like 4 games yesterday, so... Yeah, and they're getting nerfed next Tuesday, so let them forfeit. Demacia. Vayne's getting nerfed. They need to freaking remove her crit queue. No, they're just nerfing the ratio right now. Nope. Ionia is getting some tiny buffs, too. Akali's passive will work on structures. Garen's getting buffed. Syndra's R nerf got reverted. Varus' passive is actually going to be useful. Yeah, Vayne's Q's getting nerfed. It's losing 20% at rank 5. Well, it might take a bit more than I've been given, but you can give me the stream key now. Yeah, just PM it on Discord. Hold on. Yeah, I got it. Hold on, don't start out the game.
Alright, so, hey guys, we're going to swap streamers real quick, so the stream's going to be down for a couple seconds, but we'll be right back, and then as it comes back, game 2 will be starting. So, yep, we're just about ready to go, just doing a quick change of streamer, so don't go anywhere.